Okay, hi everyone. We're ready to start off. Thank you for joining us today for our virtual Nexford Nigeria meetup. Today we're going to have we have some of our learners and alumni online. Well, so I will introduce you to them shortly, but let's just go over for those who are joining us today, who are looking at enrolling at Nexford, who just want to find out more about Nexford. I'll just give you a quick background of Nexford University. So we're 100% online licensed and accredited American university. Nexford was basically founded to provide access to high quality, affordable education across the globe for learners. And our goal is to prepare learners across the world for global jobs. Currently, we have learners from 50 plus countries and our network is still growing. Nexford's curriculum is a competency-based curriculum that prepares learners for the skills that are in demand, for what employers need right now and in the future. Currently, we're the most affordable American university, and our goal is to become the biggest American university. That's what we're aiming for at Nexford. So today, I have two co-hosts with me who will be anchoring the program. It's basically a program for our learners. It's a meetup for Nexford learners in Nigeria. So I'm going to leave much of the talking to them. So today we have Yvonne from Izulu. She's a BBA learner. She works as a client success specialist with Jesuit Partners. Hi, Yvonne. Do you want to wave to the camera so we identify you? Okay. And we also have Alero Boyo. Alero is a current MBA learner specializing in e-commerce. She's currently the marketing executive and vendor acquisition manager at Sterling Bank PLC. Hi, Alero. Okay. We also have, he's now our guest because Bisinga has graduated, so we have to call him a guest and accord him that honor. We have Honorable Bisinga Michelia. He's an NXU alumni. He finished his MBA with a specialization in AI and the future of automation. He's currently the finance manager of Latex General Services Limited. So we're very happy and honored to have you all on the program today, Alero, Yvonne, and Bitinga. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for the intro, Sally.
Thank you, Sue.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pleased to be here as well.
Yeah, we're pleased.
All right, Bitinga, thank you. Can you hear us? Okay, we can hear you.
I'm humbled. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you all for joining us. So we're just going to run over the agenda for today's program. We've had the introduction, so we're going to have learner focus today. And for that, we of course have our MBA learner, Alero Boyo, and Yvonne from Izulu, a BBA learner. They'll be sharing their experiences with us, how it was, they'll be touching different points, transiting to online education, what skills they've acquired so far. They're both career people, so they'll also be sharing with us how their respective programs is equipping them with skills that they need in the workplace. Also would have Honorable Bitinga Michela sharing his NXU experience with us. He's going to give us some awesome tips on completing the MBA program in a short time. I will not let the cat out of the bag. That will be the job of Alero and Yvonne to drill down and get Bitinga to share his tip with us. And then after that, we'll have a trivia section. We want to know how much you know about Nexford, and then just some general questions. After that, we'll round up the program. Please note that while we're having the program, we have two Nexford advisors who are online. We have Oluchi Ubazwe and we have Mira Javelana, who are online to answer your questions. So if you have questions about Nexford, about application, enrollment, please send your questions. Just put it in the chat box and they'll respond to your questions in the chat box. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to introduce Alero Boyo, and I'd like to introduce Alero and Yvonne to take over the program.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sally.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So hi, everyone. We'll welcome you once again to the Nexford University webinar. So at this point, we expect everyone to come with questions, because our major reasons for having this is to be able to answer all your questions and to be able to provide, all the help we can get regarding Nexford University. So if you have any questions, okay, please go ahead. Go ahead, Yvonne. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, like Alera said, you can go to the Q&A box and just put your questions there. We're hoping that this session is informative as well as interesting, entertaining, and interactive as well. And everyone can benefit from everything shared here today.
Exactly.
So I'm going to just let's get to know Alero better. Let's find out about an NXU experience and how it's been so far. So Alero, tell us what you think about Nexford University so far.
Well, I've been studying with Nexford since last year, August, and I must say it's been a very mind-opening and interesting journey. At first, I won't lie to you, there was a little bit of fear and worry that I had, because I work in a bank and I also have a side hustle, and adding it with your personal life, that you have to take care of your family and also take care of yourself. I was worried at first, but starting my education with Nexford University, I've been able to see that if you have a structure to your life, if you're able to have time management, if you're able to lay down all the things you have to do and plan properly, you would be able to. And considering the fact that Nexford actually gives you access to your success advisors, you're able to go to the learning lab if you're not able to do your assignments properly. So the thing is, when I started my experience, when I didn't do one assignment well, and it comes back to me that, oh, probably I get maybe a D or an F on a course. My first course, I was very scared because I didn't know what I was doing. But the good thing is that the learning lab was just an eye opener, in the sense that I was able to have one-on-one conversations with my professors. I was being taught directly. I was worried that it was online, but being online is still, in fact, it's the most amazing thing ever, because I can just pick like an hour of my time in a day to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to the learning lab. I need my professor to break it down for me to understand how to go about the assignments and the project. And with time, because there's no limit to the number of times you have those sessions with your professor. All you need to do is ask, and it shall definitely be given to you. So yes, that's one of it. And then secondly, like I said, I work in a bank. So considering Lagos traffic, that you would almost want to faint in the road, and then you'll have a deadline that you're actually trying to meet up for. So what I do is I take my weekends to study. That's my own formula, because during the week it's always really hard for me to try to balance it out, aside from the workload, then traffic and stress. So I just try as much as I can to use my weekend, Saturday or Sunday, or even the both of them, in case if I have probably more than 2 or 3 assignments to turn in that week. So what I do is my weekends are like mostly my time that I use in studying. And yeah, it's been quite refreshing. I won't lie, it's been refreshing.
So the NXU experience has been thumbs up or thumbs down. Can you give us one?
Definitely thumbs up. Definitely thumbs up. It's been amazing. Nothing short of that.
You mentioned, that's great. You mentioned planning and weekend study, right? Does that mean that you only get, do you know how many hours of study you get during the week?
Well, considering that, I actually selected, because when I was applying, I had different options to select from. So I could choose to study for 36 hours a week, 40 hours a week, 25 hours or less. But because of I'm being realistic with the kind of schedule I have, I had to opt for the 40 hours, which is going to take me about 18 months to finish my classes. So what I do is, if in a week I'm supposed to study for about 5 hours, if you do the math, I take, instead of me doing 5 hours per day, because of the kind of schedule I have, I do a whole day. And it seems like, you know how sometimes you think studying is hard. Nexford makes it more interesting because you're getting links to videos to watch on YouTube. You're getting, resources that you don't necessarily have to start sourcing for too much, because basically everything you need is provided for you on your dashboard. We have libraries that you can actually, go to. You can check on your dashboard. There are some resources that are there. There are links. And then whatever you're learning, it's being broken down so nitty gritty that you would understand it. And guess what? Even if you do not understand it, we have, I belong to one of our WhatsApp group whereby we have different students there, past students that are still there, students that are currently learning. And we have questions that we just go back and forth. Say, oh my God, I'm doing this course at the moment. I don't know how to go about it. And there is someone always readily available to answer your questions. So even if you never want to do that, you can actually reach out directly to your professors. Yes, you can. Just send your professor an email, or you can even send your success advisor an email asking, specific questions. And as amazing as it is, your response comes as quick as possible as well. So it's been more of an interesting experience because, like I said, at first, I was basically creating some sort of limitations in my head, thinking, oh my God, it's going to be really hard. But, going through the portal, going through my portal on the website as on Nexford learners website page, I was able to understand that everything has been, laid out for all the learners to be able to achieve. So even if you're not a fast learner, even if you're a fast learner, everything happens at your pace, because you already know that in a week you're supposed to study 40 hours. So all you need to do is, arrange your time, plan yourself, have like a proper schedule. Because most of the time, if we do not, personally, what I do, or how I am able to get things done, is because I take notes of what I'm supposed to achieve, like a to-do list. So it helps me not to forget certain things. And then even if you forget, you just have to look for a way to restructure yourself to get back on track. It's not so easy at the beginning, but practice makes perfect. With time, you just get to get along with it, basically.
Laura, everything you said there is literally the truth. And you mentioned the
Right.
support that we get, and I completely agree. You talked about success advisor and talking to the professors directly. I don't think people listening right now know who the success advisor is, so I think we should tell them.
Okay. So the success advisor is it's someone or a group of team at Nexford University that is readily available. I emphasize on readily available. They are always available to answer your question, and their aim and their goal is actually for you to succeed. It's as easy as the word is, as the team is actually called success advisor. So whenever you're having any experience, any challenges during your course of study, you have questions regarding the courses you're doing, probably you're trying to so what your success advisor basically does, right, is advise you, as simple as the word is, advise you towards your success. So you send emails, you can call your team as well, just so that you're able to get your required answers to any question you have regarding your success in Nexford University. It's as simple as that.
Keyword readily. I absolutely agree with you.
Readily. Yeah. So if anyone other person has any question to ask me, you can actually type it on the on the Q&A box. Regarding work, what I do is, at the moment when I'm studying at Nexford, my specialization is going to be e-commerce. So my aim, or rather most of the things I'm interested in, is actually e-commerce. I've always loved and been so curious about the e-commerce space in the world. I used to work with Jumia, and working in Jumia basically opened my eyes to understand that e-commerce has not really been, as we in Nigeria haven't really gotten to the in-depth of e-commerce, and we're kind of struggling. And personally, I've given myself that task to fix the problem. So I believe that studying in Nexford University and specializing in e-commerce, I'm very certain you guys should watch out for me. Don't worry. When I start my e-commerce business, you guys should be ready to see it coming. But I'm super confident by the time I am done with my studies, my MBA, I will be able to apply everything. Because right now I work with Sterling Bank, and we have an e-commerce company called ultimate.ng, and I'm applying everything I'm learning to my work. And it just seems like you're learning and you're applying at the same time. You're learning and you're applying at the same time. So it's kind of, it makes it quite easy for you to assimilate what you're learning. And then when you have questions, it's something that is very practical, basically. Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted. I was waiting for you to say what skills you've applied so far. Like, can you be a bit specific? Tell us one thing that has changed.
Okay, so one major thing I would say is I now understand the value chain. I now understand the supply chain, on how you have to consider a lot of things before your delivery processes, your inventory processes, when you're trying to get items to sell, how to know what exactly you can put online and what you can't put online. You need to understand basically how your market is, the things you're selling, who are your markets, who are your audiences. You need to be able to have like I'm trying to look for the right words to use, but what I've been able to do at the moment, I've been able to improve the processes, the automated processes in the e-commerce value chain, making sure that the products we're getting from our vendors are something that when it's going to when you're doing your process delivery, you're able to get the item that you requested for. The vendors are also happy, the buyers are happy. We're able to fix all of that in the process. And guess what? I'm still learning. I still have so many questions, which I'm hoping at the end of the day, I'm able to grab as much as I can and grab more things than I that I don't even know that is there already or that exists, basically.
Thank you so much, Alero. You've shared everything. Thank you so much for that. If you have any questions, guys, don't forget to post your questions in the Q&A box. We are waiting to hear from you. Great.
Yes, please.
So I'm just going to introduce myself for a bit, and maybe Alero can grill me.
Okay, yes, please. In fact, I've been waiting to do that. So, Yvonne, you're currently a BBA learner, and I believe so. A lot of people will be wondering if the experience with MBA is the same as the experience with BBA. So, would you mind sharing a couple of insights? First of all, why did you decide to study with Nexford University? That's the first question. Let's start with that one.
Okay. I can't remember how I found out about Nexford. I think it was through a friend, and I discovered that it was just a business administration program that Nexford was offering, and I was sold. I really just wanted to learn about business admin, and my first when I went for my first degree, it was in international relations with law. So I got really intrigued by the business industry, the business sector, entrepreneurship, and all of that. So I wanted to learn more about business administration and everything related to that. So yeah, that was why I decided to go for Nexford. And I was sold by the fact that it was completely online and it was an American university. That's right. Basically it.
So it's been convenient for you as per you're working at the moment and you're also trying to get a degree. So like the way you asked me, I'm also curious to know how have you been able to manage it? How? Please do share.
At the beginning, it wasn't easy because I didn't plan at first. So at the beginning, not meeting deadlines, and I had to hurry up to get to. We have deadlines for the assignments. So it was when it's getting close that I rush up and finish the assignment and submit before the deadline, and it wasn't working. I didn't like the fact that that was happening, so I had to plan. I did a lot of smart planning. So I dedicate about an hour a day minimum to studies. An hour a day. It's more than enough. Trust me, it's more than enough. I think you might do this as well. So
well, I started with that. Then I had to opt for the weekend one because it was just, too tight. But this method works for you. So, yeah.
Even when I'm doing the hour a day, I'm tired from work, but then I still get through with it. There's a way Nexford structures the assignments. I don't know if it's the same with the MBA learners assignments, but they make it easy. The structure is already created. So it's up to us to do the research, to do the input, and to basically apply what we've learned in the assignment. So it's already a facilitated process. So you learn, the assignments are done easily. They're very tasking, but they're already done. They're already structured for us. I don't want to give too many details, but it's an easy process. So when I start, I finish. It's very smooth. That's what I can say. It's a very smooth process. I talk to my success advisor. I think I did accelerated learning path. It's a learning path where you can finish faster if you can handle the hours.
Oh, yeah.
Hours. Yes.
Quite frankly, anyone that does that is a superhero. I mean, or rather, a superhuman. It's the truth. I'm just saying it because the accelerated process is available for everyone to access. So, for instance, if you don't have a job, like a daytime job, and you just want to strictly focus on your either your BBA or your master's or your certification, you can choose to do like a fast process, in the sense that if one course takes 2 months, you can choose to take one course for 1 month, which means that you're studying every day. So it's as good as, let's say you're going to a physical university whereby you have to attend classes every day from morning to evening. So you can decide to structure your time as well to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to be studying every day just to make sure that I'm able to finish my academics quicker. It depends on, like I said, Nexford is making it so flexible for you that, first of all, you need to observe, study yourself, and know what works for you best. So if you have the time in the week to do 1 hour, 1 hour per day to study, fantastic for you. Great. Just ensure that you're able to pace yourself and you're able to plan properly, because planning, actually just essentially helps you, focus and not push yourself under pressure. Because trust me, sometimes you may get carried away with life and work and everything, and then you now find out that you have a deadline for today. You have a deadline today, and then so you have to learn. Sorry, I didn't get that.
Oh, I was saying that from what you said, you need very good time management skills. It's very key.
Yes, we do.
It's easy when you can put a plan down on paper, right? You can plan maybe on your calendar, allocate hours for work, for study, for rest. Rest is very important, because when you do your assignments, when you study with a stressed out mentality, or when you're stressed out, it doesn't really help at all. You're not very productive. So rest is good, frequent breaks, and very good time management. It's key. I feel like that's the key. Yeah, for me.
Well, thank you so much. I have like one more question to ask you, but before we move any further, I would like to read a couple of questions here, and our success advisor is actually here and is already answering a lot of questions. So guys, our first question is from Christopher, and is asking, what is NXU doing about having a liaison unit in Abuja? I was in the last get together, and I'm sure you have a good number of students in Abuja. The success advisor had already answered, so we're working on that, And very soon, like you know it, we'll definitely communicate with you to let you know when exactly we'll be having an office in Abuja. We have another question. Someone else is asking if it can be part of the WhatsApp group. Well, if you're already a student, yes, you can be a part of the WhatsApp group. All you need to do is you can either indicate here and that you're already a student, and then someone will contact you to be able to add you to the WhatsApp group. Or if you're not yet a student, you have to be a student to be part of that awesome, beautiful family. Don't worry, we're not selfish. Once you're a student, we'll add you to the group, and you be able to experience new other students like you. You can ask direct questions as well. Someone also asked, do Nexford University offer scholarships? Yes, we offer, the Nexford University offers scholarships, and you can access the scholarship when you go to the website nexford.org. At the bottom of the page, you see scholarship, and then you can get to select from our different partners that are partnered with Nexford University. Yvonne, one more question, and the question I was going to ask you, sorry, is you asked me, so I'm asking you because I'm curious. How are you applying your Nexford experience with your work? Because I can see that you're in traffic, considering Lagos that we are in, right? How are you able to apply everything with work?
I'm really glad you asked me. There's one particular course that we took as part of the program with Nexford that has been very, very useful. They've all been useful, but this one really stands out for me. It's a cultural awareness and sensitivity course that we took. Since I had that program, I'm very interested in international relations, and I'm interested in different cultures. I learned different languages, I research countries, I travel a lot. So this has actually helped me because I work with different people from different nationalities, and I meet different people every day.
Great.
So before I started sorry?
I said that's fantastic. That's an awesome experience you're actually sharing.
Thank you. Before I started with my current company, I was a flight attendant. So as a flight attendant, you meet a whole range of people, and because of where you're coming from, because of the cultures that you're used to, there's already a bias that you have naturally. So that whole course, it helped me introspect. It helped me be introspective, be more introspective, and it helped me understand some. I'm sorry, there's a siren sound.
Okay.
This course really changed the way I relate with clients, with different partners, company partners, different customers, everybody that I meet, even from different tribes. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry,
all right,
let me.
so
I just wanted to.
okay, finish.
I just wanted to add that even in Nigeria, with the different tribes that we associate with, not just people from different countries, it also helps because like I said, we're all biased and we're used to what we're used to. So learning that particular course, going through that course has changed my perspective on how people react and how to relate with people. It's made such a difference. I can't even.
That's fantastic. Wow. So that means your experience has just been nothing short of amazing, because now you're getting to add both your past experiences and your current experiences. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna have to ask Bitinga. We haven't forgotten about you. Hi Bitinga.
Hello, guys.
Hello,
How are you
can you
doing?
hear me?
Yes, I
Well,
can hear
very
you.
well. How are you?
It's
How is it going over there?
it's very well, thank you. It's good to hear you guys share your experience. That's lovely.
Right. So
Mhm.
yes, now it's your turn, because you're already a graduate of the MBA program, and I'm personally very curious to actually know, how did you do it? Please just share. How did you do it?
You have to be specific in that respect. How did I do what?
Okay, so how were you able to manage everything as per Now you're graduate, now you have graduated. So it means that your experience, so we are giving you, we are sharing our experience as current learners, right? We know,
Yes.
when you're approaching the time you're about to graduate, and like you're like, oh my god, like for me, I'm supposed to I'm going to be graduating next year, April or May, and I'm like, oh god, how am I going to do it? How did you do it? How were you able to manage, how many months was your program, and how were you able to manage, the stress and balance everything and successfully graduate? That's my question.
Well, for starters, my course actually, my MBA program took me 6 months to complete. So I started early this year during the
Sorry.
quarantine. All
No
that.
way. 6 months.
Yeah, it took me 6 months.
How?
Actually.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like how?
I'm mind blown.
yeah,
6.
Wow.
uh,
Please.
like you earlier mentioned, it's has to do with plan and time
Mhm.
management. So for starters, though, when I started, when I went through the brochure, I actually studied everything from A to Z. I literally read every page of the brochure, of the institution's brochure, to know how best to
Great.
work with the institution. So that gave
Mhm.
me a holistic view and knowledge about the institution and how the system works. So with that, I moved forward to knowing how many courses I'm supposed to take in a month.
Mhm.
And initially, from the setup of the program, your first month, it's compulsory to take one course, right? So,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
I later understood that doing that helps you to get around the program, know how it's structured, because technically speaking, all Nexford courses are structured in the same way. We have 6 modules
Mhm.
and a final project, right? With 2 milestone
Yeah.
projects. So
Mhm.
once you go through that, you would understand your strengths and you manage your time well. So what I did
Yeah.
was I worked hard at the first month, and I finished my course. The first course I finished it before the 20th of the month actually. So I was like, so this thing is actually doable. So I wrote to my success advisor like, okay, I finished with it before 20th. So how do I get around another course? And she was like, it doesn't work that way. You need to wait for next month for you to apply for another course.
Mhm.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I understand that. So what I did was we set up why don't you try and work and finish your coursework or your load before 25th of each month. That's what I did. So what I did was
Wow.
I went back to studying, right?
Mhm.
uh, I try to the first assignment and the way the courses are being designed, you see that it is structured in a way that the first assignment you submitted by the 10th of each month, right? When you submit
Okay.
it, it's due by the 10th. During my time, though I don't know whether it has changed now, but during my time, the first assignment you're supposed to submit it by the 10th of each month, right? So what I try to do
Mhm.
is I try to finish my workload before the 10th. I try to finish the first 3 models before the 10th of each month, right?
Okay.
So gives me, that means I'm submitting 3 or 4 assignments before the 10th, which the first one is due on the 10th, right? Then I
Okay.
move forward
Yeah.
to working on the remaining part of the assignments before the 19th. Then after that, that gives me like 6 days to work on my final project. So if the
Wow.
course is, let's say I have a wrap around the course and I could do the assignment within 3 days or one day, that's a plus to me though. But if I could do
It
it
is.
within 6 days,
Wow.
I'm still trying to meet the
Like my
target.
mouth is still open because I'm like, wow.
There's this
And how are you?
saying,
Wait. You will work and there's still work.
yes, there's still work and there's still family aside. There's still family. My kids will always disturb me, be like, daddy, daddy, daddy. But once I give them the time, so what I did was I moved the library to my mobile device. So let's face it, we always let's say out of 24 hours of the day, we hold our mobile devices for at least 18 hours or so.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody would. That's what we do. So when you move the library to your mobile device whilst at work, you won't tell me that you use the whole day to work. There are mostly times like spare times where you chit
Downtime.
chat and
Yeah.
work and all that, and you just stay
Mm-hmm.
idle. So what I do is to use that spare time to like take notes and prepare for the assignment. That's what I usually
Yeah.
do. So my laptop was basically meant for doing assignment. I wasn't studying with the laptop. I was using my mobile device. That was what helped me.
Wow.
Even when I'm at the
Okay.
site, or even when I'm at work, or when I'm watching news, I just try to use the
Wow.
device to study. Then moving forward, like you rightly said, everything has to do with plan, right?
Yeah.
Because Warren Buffett once said, a fool with a plan will definitely defeat a smart person without a plan. That's true though. So what I advise is for people to, based on the coursework they are working on right now, you look at what works for you. Because my plan might not
Yeah.
necessarily fit into another person's plan. Because everybody
You're right.
has, some people, they like to have fun for like 3 hours, 4 hours, while some they don't even want to have fun. So whichever
Right.
works. So what you need to do is to use the coursework that you have now and what you're working with, the 6 models and the final project. How long does it take you to finish one course? Is it 15 days? Is it 30 days? I know it runs for at least 54 days, right?
Right.
It runs for
So for
54 days.
you, you basically used your first month to observe the institution's style and methods, and you also use that time to observe yourself so that you can actually balance everything out and plan and structure yourself properly. That's basically what
Exactly.
you did.
Exactly. I guess you
Great.
figure it out now. That means you might finish your program before April, I guess.
This no, quite frankly, because honestly speaking, like I said, because I was used to my own timing, right? I haven't actually tried to think about it again. It's okay, maybe I should try to increase my pace. Do you get what I mean? So now that you have said this, I would I would consider it. I'll think
Like,
about it.
give it a
Because
thought.
if you
Give it
can
a
do it,
thought.
I know I can do it.
Sure, sure, sure,
Right.
sure, sure.
Thank you
Definitely.
so much. We're going to come back to asking you more questions, but in the meantime, we want to give our attenders, want to give you guys an opportunity to win. We have awesome freebies. We've got airtime, we've got data, we've got NXU souvenirs that you can actually win. So myself and Yvonne will be asking you a couple of questions. So what we need you to do is, please guys, it is fastest fingers first. So we're going to pick 3 winners, and the 3 winners will be the ones that would have answered most of the questions. So I want to be certain that we have some people willing and ready to win what Nexford has for you guys today. So I'm gonna go ahead with the question. Yvonne, are we ready to ask our questions? Me, I'm excited because I like to give prizes and to see people win. So guys, remember again, it is fastest fingers first, and we're going to pick 3 winners, and the 3 winners will be selected based on the number of answers they provide for each of the questions. So I'm going to start now. Are we ready? let me go ahead. The first question: the first set of NXU graduates finished in what month? The question again is, the first set of NXU graduates finished in what month? A, July 2020, B, March 2020, C, September 2020, and D, May 2020. If you know the answer, remember it is fastest fingers first. So if you know the answer, you just type A, B, C, or D, or if you know the exact month. So A is July 2020, B is March 2020, C is September 2020, and D is May 2020. The first set of NXU graduates finished in what month? So we're going to move to the next question. Hey, I'm actually seeing a lot of people answering, and it's exciting me because we're going to have a lot of people here. Okay, so the next question. How many learners have graduated with an NXU degree so far? The question again is, how many learners have graduated with an NXU degree so far? The first option, hi, sorry.
Okay, please. So for each question, you have to just let us know who the fastest finger was.
Okay.
Yeah, answer. And the answer is in the Q&A box only, not in the chat box, please. Thank you.
Okay. So everyone, we're going to be getting the results from the Q&A box. So if you haven't started participating, please do. Hold on. The first question, I'm trying to check who answered first. Sorry, yeah, I'm with you guys.
Okay, Alero, could you actually?
Yes, please. I would need Koju. Okay, yes, please. Koju, please help me with the yeah.
Yeah. So the first question, the fastest person was Fatima Abdul.
Yay! Congratulations, Fatima.
Congratulations, Fatima.
Okay, so how we're going to go about this is I'm going to read the questions and you guys will provide your answers. Remember, fastest fingers, and then Adequoju would help me by telling us who the winner is. We're good, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Can I go ahead? Okay. Okay, great. So the second question, I'm reading it again. How many learners have graduated with an NXU degree so far? A, 80, B, 79, C, 104, D, 56. Fastest fingers. What are the 3 NXU colors? What are the 3 Nexford University colors? Please, guys, quick, fastest fingers first. I'm seeing some names here that I'm actually really excited that you guys know the answer. Like, this is fantastic. Okay, so the next question is, Nexford University has dash BBA specialization courses, A5, B4, C8, and D6. Nexford University has dash BBA specialization courses, A5, B4, C8, and D6. The next question, I think what he's going to give us, at the end of all the questions, I think he's going to just mention the names of the people that answered, gave the answers first.
Okay.
So the next question. Okay, am I being too fast? Should I slow down?
Yeah, maybe slow down a bit. And please, guys, remember it's the first 3 people to get the high. You have to answer at least 5 questions to be a winner. At least 5 questions correctly or 4 questions to win. So it's the top 3 that Adepoju would let us know at the end of the trivia session. So Alera, please give them time to digest so it won't look like you don't want them to.
No, I want you to win. I'm your friend. Okay, guys. The next question. With just a valid government ID, school certificate, and proof of payment of application fee, you can start a program at Nexford University, true or false? With just a valid government ID, school certificate, and proof of payment of application fee, you can start a program at Nexford University. Is this true or false? The next question, Nexford University is 100% online, but based in A, Cairo, Egypt, B, Washington, D.C. in the USA, C, London, United Kingdom, or D, Lagos, Nigeria. The next question is, Nexford University offers the option of PLP. What does PLP stand for? A, Parental Learning Partnership. B, Progressive Leadership Pathway. C, Personalized Learning Pathway. And D, Progressive Learners Party. I would like to repeat this question because I want you guys to get it right. The Nexford University offers the option of PLP. What does PLP stand for? A, Parental Learning Partnership. B, Progressive Leadership Pathway. C, Personalized Learning Pathway. And D, Progressive Learners Party. The next question is, which of the following is not amongst the MBA specializations offered at Nexford University? A, MBA in Hyperconnectivity. B, MBA in IT Management. C, MBA in World Business. And D, MBA in Advanced AI. I'd like to take that question again, just in case you didn't get it. Which of the following is not amongst the MBA specializations offered at Nexford University? A, in Hyperconnectivity Management. C, MBA in Advanced AI. The next question is, how many scholarship programs is NXU currently running? How many scholarship programs is NXU currently running? A, 7, B, 6, D, 9, and C, 9, and D, 10. Let me read that again, sorry. How many scholarship programs is Nexford University currently running? A, 7, B, 6, C, 9, and D, 10.
Your time starts now.
Okay, we still have a couple more questions. Should I go ahead, or would you like us to stop right now?
Oh no, continue, please, Alero.
Okay then, because I believe because we have enough. Don't worry, we have enough gifts for everyone. So far as you get the answers right, trust me, it's all yours. So, so the next question is, which one of these scholarship programs offer an 85% scholarship to BBA learners? Which one of these scholarship programs offer an 85% scholarship to BBA learners? A, IM3 Orido Scholarship. B, Sterling Bank Employee Scholarship. C, Eva Pharma Scholarship. And D, Grow with Sterling Scholarship.
50-50 of friend.
Except for the friend,
Alero,
nobody's putting a friend. I'm sorry? I can't give expo now. Yes, I work with Sterling Bank, but I can't give you expo. Sorry. Well, I'm not gonna do that. But the answer is there, and can you see somebody's already answering? So the next question is, beneficiaries of Dash are the most recent to graduate in a small, safe graduation ceremony that took place in Egypt. Are you guys there? Should I repeat the question? Beneficiaries of Dash are the most recent to graduate in a small and safe graduation ceremony that took place in Egypt. A, Hassan Alan Holding Scholarship. B, HSM Scholarship. C, Ever Farmer Scholarship. And D, Kenda Advanced Scholarship. So the next question is, at NXU, you can earn your master's certificate in 6 months. Is that true or false? Yvonne, please carry on with the rest of the question.
Sorry, Alero, I didn't get what you said.
You can go ahead. I said you can go ahead with the rest of the question.
Okay, let me take the next one.
Okay.
Let me take the next one so we can take a break. Who is the chief academic officer of NXU? A. Fadil Al-Tazi. B. Dr. Sheila Fonia-Banila. C. Olamidun Majakudumi. D. Dr. Robin Johnson.
It's at my network. Hey, voila, babe.
So fastest fingers, and we're going to move to the next section with general trivia questions, and we hope more people can answer in this section. Are you guys ready? Okay, the next question is, Dash was a physical education instructor that invented basketball in 1891. So who invented basketball in 1891? A. Herman Hollerith. B. George Klein. C. James Naismith. And D. Henry Woodward. Who are the sports geniuses in the audience? The next question is, Alara, do you know the answer to that one?
Am I supposed to? I'm not gonna do that. Let our
Sorry?
guests answer the question. I mean, I said I'm not going to answer the
Oh, of course.
question. So yes,
I
I
guess
know the
answering.
answer.
I just want to know if Nexford, if NBA learner knows who invented basketball right now. So our next question is, what New York street is closely associated with the business world and the stock markets? A. Broad Street. B. Washington Street. C. Bale Street. And D. Wall Street. Fastest fingers. Our next question is, Hurricane Maria was a deadly Category 5 hurricane that devastated Dash and Dash countries in September 2017. A. Puerto Rico and Louisiana. B. Dominica and Puerto Rico. C. Louisiana and Texas. D. Bahamas and Louisiana. Which one of these two countries did Hurricane Maria devastate? I mean, I don't know the answer to that one. Which company owns the following car brands? Okay, so our car geeks in the house, which company owns the following car brands? Bugatti, Lamborghini, Audi, and Porsche. Which company owns these four brands? A. Bentley. C. McLaren. D. Volkswagen. And D. Innoson. Our next question. What country is the smallest in the world? A. Tuvalu. B. Vatican City. C. Seychelles. And D. Maldives. Our next question is the second to last. How many films did the late Sean Connery play James Bond in? So how many James Bond movies have you guys watched? A. 8. B. 4. C. 6. D. 7. I think I've watched like 3 of the old ones and
Can I even remember? I can't even. I know I've seen a lot of his old movies, but yeah, may so rest in peace. He was a fantastic actor.
He was indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And the last question. Drum roll.
Hey, it's Christmas time.
Is that time of the year? What Christmas decoration was originally made from strands of silver? A. The garland. B. Snow globes. C. Tinsel. And D. Wreaths.
I know the answer of that one. I know that one.
Don't tell anybody.
I won't tell
Okay,
anybody.
guys. So we're looking through the Q&A section, the chat box, to know the fastest fingers and who is going to win our prizes tonight.
Yes, Adekwadri, please help us with the winners. Drum roll.
All
Drum
right.
roll, please.
With the tight, with the tight one, but I had about 4 names, but about 3 of them stood
Okay.
out. So
Wow.
I have Kolako Imam.
Hey.
I have
Congratulations, Kolako.
Unzumbe
Yeah.
Amobi. Umzumbe, Umzumbe, very good. And then I have Christopher. What's the? Pardon me. I just didn't know how to pronounce it. Christopher Edie. Yeah.
Yay,
That's you. That's
congratulations.
Christopher. Congratulations.
Woo!
Congrats,
So
Christopher.
exciting. Congrats.
Please tell us, can you tell our winners what they're getting tonight? In case they forgot.
Okay. They get a 5,000 naira voucher either on any of the networks, and they also get Nexford swags. You can either pick it at the office whenever you're in Lekki Phase 1. You can stop by and pick it up, and then we'll give it to you.
Congrats,
Yeah, so
guys.
for people like
Christopher
Christopher,
said
I can see Christopher.
that
Christopher,
he said he
exactly.
won
And that was about
in Abuja.
he won the last time in Abuja. And we are so excited, Christopher. Congratulations once again. Since you're a winner, so continue winning. We love winners. Congratulations
Yes.
to everyone who participated. This is amazing. Yay!
And a quick honorable mention to Fatima. She was very close, and then some other people.
Aw,
Yeah.
aw.
You're still a
Still,
winner. Everybody's
congratulations
a
to
winner.
everybody.
Oh, so there's no lady in the team.
I was just about to say that maybe we shouldn't have put Kojo in charge of picking winners.
No, a lady should have
Wait,
won
You
because of
know,
I
gender
don't know how
equality.
come all the
there's
3 winners
foul play.
guys Kojo. We're suspecting you. Don't worry, Fatima.
Yeah, yeah,
We're going to
Fatima.
export swag. Okay. Anytime you're in Lagos or if you have somebody in Lagos, please contact myself or Kojo. You can just send us an email, nigeria@nexford.org. Would package our export gift for you, branded gift. Okay. So don't worry. Don't mind Kojo. Was trying to sideline you, but would not
Yeah.
agree.
We'll
We have
forgive
to
him.
Didn't work.
on the panel to fight for you. Okay, so guys, thank you so much, Alero, Yvonne,
Thank
Bitenga,
you.
for
A
making
Thank you.
time out
pleasure.
of your
Thank you
busy
for
schedule.
having us.
We really enjoyed learning from you, hearing your experience as current learners, and we're very happy to hear that your courses at Nexford are really helping you to succeed. You can apply your skills directly to the work you do. This is what Nexford is all about. Our model is all about a competency-based curriculum. It's not a theoretical approach to learning, it's all practical. We want you to be able to transfer it straight into work. So you're not coming to Nexford to cram and pour out. I'm sure all our current learners can testify to that. The assignment are challenging, they're tasking. It makes you think. It's practical. You have to develop the answers. You have to do the case studies yourself. You're not being spoon-fed. And that's how you get better. That's how you learn. It's not the normal. I know some people have problems adjusting when they just join the program, maybe based on our own background here, but it's a different model of learning. You're not coming to cram and pour out. No, you actually
Right.
have to assimilate, take in the knowledge, internalize it, and then share your own understanding of what you've learned. So that's what we aim to do at Nexford, to prepare a whole generation of a whole next generation of leaders that are ready to take on the world, that are ready to be problem solvers and critical thinkers. And we know that these are critical skills that we need today in the workplace. The ability to be a problem solver, and to apply critical thinking. I'm sure every employer today appreciates and acknowledges people who can bring that to the table. So that's what a Nexford education gives you. It helps you to stand out from your peers. It helps you to be able to raise your shoulders anywhere and defend the degree you actually get. Nobody is going to hand you a degree on a platter of gold. You're not going to sort anybody for it. You work for it and you get your grades. That's what I love personally. You see that, oh, you're working and you're actually getting the grades for the work that you're putting in. It's not subject to anybody's whim or caprices. It is what it is. What you put in is what you get. So thanks again for joining us today, our panelists. I really, really appreciate your time, Alero, Bitinga, Avon. So I hope, Bitinga, you are an alumni now, but you're still part of the family.
I'm always an expert.
Bitinga the magician. I honestly I'm going to send you a message after this because I'm still wondering. 6 months?
Please.
How did you do it?
We're going to have master classes sharing the Bitinga formula.
Yes,
give us
yes,
reach out to me on
LinkedIn, handbook, actually. I will buy it.
And just before I forget, yes, Bitinga asked me to say this. So Bitinga is based in Yola, and he's offering a blanket to any NXU learner. If you come to Yola, you're in Adamawa State at any time, feel free to reach out to him. He's on LinkedIn, ready to host you. And that's what we're good at. It's
Thank you, Bitinga.
Thank you,
Bitinga. You're welcome. I look forward to having you guys.
No problem. Thank you. So just before we round up,
and to the attendees, please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, my WhatsApp, email, all it's with Sally. So feel free to reach out to her. You have that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So for those who are thinking of joining Nexford, who are wondering if this is the right place for them, who are hesitant about taking the plunge to enroll today, don't take our word for it. Reach out to our current learners, hear from them. Bitinga says you can reach him at any time. Go on LinkedIn, you see his profile, send him a message. He's ready to take your questions so you can know exactly how a Nexford degree will help you get to where you need to get to, will help you to achieve your goals. So thank you again, my co-host and my guests. I really appreciate it. So just a quick word. Our learning space, our Lagos learning space is still very much open. Mondays to Fridays, you're free to come anytime from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, it's open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The address is 23 Kunle Ogumba off Babantunde Anjus, Lekki Phase 1. And you need to book a time. So if you want to do that, just send us a mail, nigeria@nexford.org, or go to nexford.org/Lagos and book a time on the calendar. Let us know when you're coming to the learning space. We're still observing COVID-19 protocol, so social distancing is enforced. You have to come with your mask and you need to sanitize when you come in and when you're leaving. We look forward to having you join us. And that's how we come to the end of this very interesting and interactive session. If you have questions, please send us a mail, nigeria@nexford.org, or send a mail to help@nexford.org. And if you want to find out more about our programs, our courses, our certificates, www.nexford.org is our website, okay? And then for Nigerian learners, I'm sure you get an email this weekend, for those who are considering, for those who are looking at enrolling with us. There's an awesome package for people who want to enroll in December only. So please watch your inbox, and take advantage of that. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. I'll let the marketing team do that via email. So you get an email telling you what that awesome surprise is. As always, at Nexford, we're here to help. We're here to help you succeed and reach your goals, and would always find time to answer your questions. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And we look forward to having more of this. And hopefully sometime when COVID is over, we would have our usual practice of having our NXU socials. I know
I
we've all,
can't wait.
I
That
know,
one, I cannot wait. Oh, I've
don't
missed
worry,
hanging out
guys.
with everybody.
We're all hoping that, you know, everything gets sorted. The COVID vaccines are already
Yeah.
rolling. Let's see how that works, and hopefully 2021 will be that year that we're all hitting our goals. So please
Right.
don't
Amen.
wait. Apply today, enroll now. Do not wait. Your future is not going to wait. So neither should you. Thank you very much, guys. Do have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And thank you again, Alero, Bitinga, Adepoju, and Yvonne.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Have a nice one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.